Good morning, everyone. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. Decided to put some little stars on our screen today. So maybe it brightens this rainy day. It's perfect to be inside right during this day. So, well, let's get started. Go ahead and let's grab a seat on our mat. We're going to actually start into child's pose. I always like starting that way. So, go ahead and come down to your knees. We're going to take those toes together. We're going to take those knees apart. And go ahead and walk out those hands, dropping the forehead down to the mat if you want. We're going to breathe here. Coming into that Ujjayi breath right here. Just close those eyes. And begin your breath. Okay, nice deep inhales through the nose. And exhales. And inhale. And exhale. Now remember, when we're here, we're trying to forget about everything we've got going on, all the things that are bothering us right now. We're just trying to be on our mat, listening to the breath flow through our bodies, and being mindful of how our bodies feel. So remember, as we move through our postures, make sure to assess and see how that's feeling on your body, and if anything's causing you any kind of pain, then you just want to back off. So like I always say, listen to your body. It will guide you. So allow it to do that. All right, let's take those hands together. We're just going to stay in this position. We're going to take those hands together and just take the closed fist on the hands and place them on the back of your neck. Feel that little stretch through the tricep. Opening up the broadening of the shoulders there as well. Try to release that. We're going to come up to our mat here. And then we'll just walk those hands back. Maybe come into a seat right here. And let's take a few breaths together. Inhale those hands up. And exhale. Good. Inhale, lift the hands up. And exhale. Okay, we're going to take that left hand over to the right side. So reaching through the left fingertips. Feeling the length on the left side of the body as you breathe here. Make sure you keep both hips down on the mat. Good, let's inhale, come up, and then exhale over to the opposite side. Good, let's inhale, come up to center. Good, and we're going to take the left hand over to the right knee. Nice tall spine here. Go ahead and look behind you. Take a nice little twist right here. Good, let's inhale, come forward, and exhale, go to the opposite side. Keeping the spine nice and tall. Reaching through the crown of the head. And this inhale, come forward. All right. Go ahead and rock yourself to the top of your mat. Now we're just going to come into our tabletop right here. So we're going to start and warm up that body. So maybe rock yourself forward and back. Being mindful of those wrists as we come over them. And waking them up. All right, let's take take our first cat-cow right here. So coming into that neutral spine, we're going to drop the belly down and chest down, look up as we inhale. And exhale as we bring the chin to the chest, rolling the back away from us, tucking that tailbone under. Inhale, lift all the way up. And exhale, chin to chest. Again, inhale, lift. And exhale, chin to chest. One more time. Inhale, lift. And exhale, chin to chest. Good. Go ahead and coming into neutral, but rock your hips from side to side. Maybe rotating the hips a little bit, making little circles with them. Whatever feels good for you. Just waking up that lower back, waking up those hips. All right, coming back into that neutral spine, we're going to start with our left hand up to the sky. So inhale that left hand, and exhale, we're going to reach all the way through underneath the right armpit. Good. Inhale, lift, and look up. Exhale, reach through. Again, inhale, lift. Exhale, reach through. One more time. Inhale, lift all the way up. And exhale, reach through. Go ahead and drop that shoulder down to the mat. Remember, you can always take that palm down on that left hand, and then that right hand's going to reach over the head. Okay, so palm down. Go ahead and try to push into the ground and look up to the ceiling. Little twist right here. Keep those hips nice and high. All right, taking that right hand beside you, we're going to inhale, lift ourselves up. Take that left hand all the way up, back up, look up, and then drop it down to the mat. Right hand comes all the way up. We're going to reach through as we exhale. Inhale back up, look up, and exhale, reach through. Good. Inhale, lift. And exhale, reach through. One more time. Inhale, lift. And exhale, reach through. Go ahead and drop that shoulder down. Remember, you take that palm down on that right hand and then reach that left hand overhead. Good. You're pushing down into that right hand. Look up. Keep the hips nice and high. Keep the belly to your back as well. Let's take that left hand beside us. We're going to inhale, lift up with that right hand. Look up all the way to the ceiling and then drop it down to the mat. All right. Go ahead and reposition yourself into your tabletop. We're going to take that right leg back. Keeping that hip nice and squared. Tuck that belly to your back. Reaching that left hand out. Good. Breathing here. Reach through the fingertips. Reach through the heel. Good. 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to take that right knee to the right elbow. Rolling the back away from you. A little spinal roll here. Exhale out. Good. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Nice and slow. Inhale, keeping that belly to your back, and exhale back out. One more time. Inhale, and exhale. Good. Taking that right hand down, we're going to leave that left hand down. We're going to leave that right hand up, pivot those left feet, and then open up into your side. Good. Let's just hold here. Keep that belly nice and tucked. Go ahead and drop that right hand down. We're going to take that right knee down. All right, let's start with that opposite side. So let's take that left foot back. Keep those hips nice and square to the mat. Push through the heel and then reach that right hand out. Good, we're going to hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now go ahead and inhale, bring those knee and elbow together, and exhale back out. Good. Inhale together, and exhale out. Inhale, and exhale, and one more. Inhale, and exhale. Good. Go ahead and take that right hand down. We're going to pivot that right foot and reach that left hand up as we take that left hand or left leg and open it up. So find your balance here. Keep the belly nice and tucked. Try to keep those shoulders stacked as you breathe. Good. Let's take that left hand down. Left knee comes down. Good. All right. Go ahead and tuck that right toe. So we're going to tuck the right toe so the toes actually stay down on the ground. And we're going to take that right leg back. So same thing. Right leg comes to the back. We're going to take that right leg. So I'm on my right leg actually. And then take it over to the side. You want to hold it here for just a second, and then we're going to drop those toes down. So remember, left toes are still on the mat. You want to feel the toes as we push back into a little hip extension here, a little spinal extension. Good, let's inhale, come up to that tabletop. We're going to lift up that right leg, lift it up, and then take it back. And then drop it down. Okay, so we're going to tuck the toes of the right foot. So the toes are going to be touching the ground, not the top of the toes, but the bottom of the toes. We're going to take that left foot back, keeping those hips nice and square. And then open up that left foot over to the side. Okay, so try to hold here for just a second. Go ahead and drop that toe down, and then push back. Allow yourself to sink into this. Maybe reaching those fingertips out as you feel the hip opening on that left side. The inner thighs feeling the stretch. Lift that left leg up, take it back, and then go ahead and drop it down. So let's tuck our toes. We're going to lift our hips into your first downward facing dog right here. And pedal those legs out. Push those hands away from you. Remember, try to get that belly and touch those thighs. It's going to extend out the hands. Bend those knees to do this. We really want to work on the extension of the spine here. So maybe with each breath, you're pushing your tailbone a little bit higher to the sky. Maybe you're also trying to straighten your legs. You know, work on what you want. Keep that belly nice and tucked. Really broaden through those shoulders. Push into the palms of your hands. All right, we're going to lift this right leg up. Okay, taking that right leg up, I'm going to bend that right knee and open it up to the left. A little twist right here. Okay, let's take that right leg back and then down. Left leg's going to come up. We're going to go ahead and bend that left knee, then open it up to the right. Extend that left leg and then take it down. Let's look at those hands. We're going to step our feet forward. release the hands here. So maybe you're going to grab the elbows with the hands. A little slight bend of the knee if the straight leg is too much for you right now. And just reach that crown of the head down as we breathe. Maybe shake that head yes, and then shake it no. Dropping those hands, we're going to inhale nice and slow to the top. Shoulders and then head last. All right. Inhale those hands up. And we're just going to exhale, drop them down to the sides. Inhale, lift. And exhale down. Good. Inhale, lift. Left hand's going to take that right wrist, and I'm going to bring it over to the left. And it's inhale, lift to center, and then exhale to the opposite side. Good. Inhale, lift to center, and then go ahead and exhale those hands down. Let's inhale them back up. And exhale, go ahead and bend those knees, fold all the way down. And we're going to inhale, lift all the way back up. And open up into that cactus. Keep that belly nice and tucked. Look up, chest up. Inhale, lift the hands up. And exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale, lift all the way up. And open up into that cactus. Tuck that belly, look up. One more time. We're going to inhale, lift the hands all the way up. Exhale, fold down. And inhale, lift all the way up. Open right up into that cactus now. And inhale, lift those hands up. And go ahead and exhale, hands to the side into your mountain pose. So feet slightly together. Belly to back. Shoulders up, and then we're going to drop them down behind us, bringing those palms facing forward. The crown of the head reaches up, so this is your mountain pose. Let's take a nice deep inhale up. And exhale, fold. On this one, try to fold maybe straight legs or more straight legs. Inhale, lift halfway. I want you to really reach the crown of the head out. I want you to bring those shoulders back and keep that belly tucked. We're just going to hold this position right here for a couple breaths. For 3, 2, and go ahead and exhale down. And inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, hands just come to the side. Okay, let's take a full vinyasa. Let's inhale the hands up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lifting halfway. Go ahead and take those hands down to the mat. Step your feet back and lower down. Inhale, lift. And exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips. So do whatever you want here. Maybe you're walking the legs out. Maybe you're just taking that belly to your thighs, bending those knees, feeling the length of the spine. Maybe you're trying to straighten those legs up to you. Okay, let's look at those hands. Go ahead and step those feet forward. And lift halfway. Exhale, fold, and then inhale, come all the way up. Hands come down to the side. Good, let's take that right foot back. I'm going to bend into my left knee. So into your warrior one, so make sure hips are forward, belly to back, chest forward, inhale those hands up. So if you feel your shoulders crowding your ears, go ahead and drop them down. Good. Breathe here. Now you can take those hands together if you want. You can look up if you want. Okay, we're just going to breathe here. Good, let's inhale, open up. We're going to open up to the side. Straighten that front leg, open up those hands. Reach those fingertips out, and then drop back down into that front knee. So warrior two. Keeping the belly nice and tucked still. Good, inhale the front leg. I want you to reach down with that left hand. Bring that right hand up, and then slide that left hand down the leg. We're going to keep our shoulders stacked. Maybe try to look up to that right hand. If you can't, whatever position your neck feels most comfortable. Good. Inhale, come up. And exhale, so just step to the front of your mat. We're going to take that left foot back down. Remember, warrior one is our first move here. So hips square, belly to back. Bring those hands up and bend into that right knee. Take those shoulders down away from the ears. Take those hands together if you want, or you can just keep them nice and active, pointing up to the ceiling as you breathe here. So make sure that right knee is pointing towards the outside of that right toe, that small toe. Pinky toe. Good, let's go ahead and inhale those hands up, or that leg up. Open up to the side. We're going to come into that warrior two and bend back into that right knee. So remember, on this movement, try not to lean forward. We want to keep ourselves right over those hips. Keep that belly tucked. Reach through the fingertips. Maybe looking over those right fingertips. All right, let's inhale this right leg straight. We're going to reach forward with that right hand. Drop that right hand down. Look up to that left hand and then slide that right hand down. Good, breathing here. Look up if you want to, up to that left hand. Keep that belly nice and tucked. Good, inhale, come up. And exhale, step to the front of your mat. I'm going to take a little series of twists here. So go ahead and take that right knee back. Now this right foot that's back, toes are going to point forward. We're going to take those hands to heart center. Okay, inhale the crown of the head up. And then exhale, so I'm going to take my right tricep over to the left side. Super important that hips are square to the front of the mat. Okay? Push down into that right hand with your left hand. Try to twist a little bit more. Keep the outside of that right foot planted. And try not to collapse the left knee into the center. And keep it pointing towards the end of the mat. The edge of it. Good. Good. Inhale, come to center. And lift up. So lower bottom is going to stay about the same, the legs. Now we're going to take that right hand all the way up. Right hand is going to go to the outside of the left leg. So you can take it wherever you want. You can even take it down to the ground. Maybe you have a block and you want to place it there. Or you just use it wherever that right hand wants to go. You can open up that left shoulder and just stay there. You can try to extend that hand out. Good, breathing here. Keep that belly tucked. Find your balance. Good, let's go ahead and inhale, come up. And then exhale as you step to the front of your mat. So we're going to take that left leg back now. So remember, toes are pointing towards the front of the mat. Hips are square. We're going to take that hand to heart center. So bending into that right knee now. We're going to inhale the crown of the head up. And then exhale as you take that left tricep over to the right knee. Go ahead and push down into that left hand with the right Keeping those hips, belly to back. Trying to keep that left foot planted. Reach the front of the head forward. That helps you breathe. Good, let's inhale, come up to center. Good, go ahead and release the hands. Toes still pointing forward. We're going to lift the left hand up. As we inhale, reach it over to the right side. Drop it on the outside of that right leg. And then you can just take the shoulder high, or you can try to take your full twist here. Good. Inhale, look down. And up. Lift and step to the front of your mat as you exhale. All right, let's check that out. Whatever you need to do right there, we're going to take our balancing pose. So we're going to come into our tree pose using the left leg as our balancing leg first. We're going to take that right foot and open it up to the right. Point that toe over to the right side. Keep the belly to back. Okay, we can take those hands to heart center. As you try to focus in on something ahead of you, not moving. We're going to keep the bandhas engaged, the chest forward. You can also take those hands up. So whichever one maybe challenges you more is where you can find it. For 3, 2, and 1. Good, let's inhale. And then exhale, release everything. Good. All right, go ahead and shake that out. We're going to take the right foot into the mat. Taking that left knee now, open it up to the side. Finding a nice little position there, belly to back, bandhas engaged, chest forward. You can bring the hands to heart center. So remember, try to find something that you can focus on, maybe not moving. And breathe. Listen to that breath. Try not to allow your mind to wander here. Take those hands at whatever position that you want them in. And breathe for 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and inhale. Maybe raising the hands, and then exhale, release. Good job. Go ahead and shake that out. And we're just kind of take a nice little vinyasa to the mat. So inhale the hands up, and exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale, lifting halfway. Go ahead and take those hands down to the mat, step the feet back, and lower down. Inhale, lift, chest forward. Good. Exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips. Good. Find a seat here on your mat. We're going to take the legs straight out in front of us. Flex those feet. Keep that belly nice and tucked. Let's inhale the hands up. And then exhale, fold forward. So you can grab whatever you want to. You can grab the big toes, the side of the feet. You know, whatever's available, you can even grab the ankles, okay? So just keep that back nice and straight. So we're gonna inhale one more time with whatever you have your hands on. Inhale, lift the crown of the head up, push the chest forward, and then exhale a little bit deeper, like from the hips. We wanna kind of fold, so we don't want our backs to roll. Keep that chest forward as you breathe. Remember that exhale, send it to the areas right now that are kind of tight. Let's inhale the body up. Go ahead and take that right foot into the left thigh. Flexing that left foot, I'm going to inhale the hands up and square the body over to the left side. And then exhale, fold. So remember, here, we do not want to have one hand in front of the other. So wherever the hands can meet is where where your fold is, okay? Let's inhale one more time. Bring that chest forward, reach the crown of the head up, and then exhale just a little bit deeper from those hips as you breathe here. You can look at the toes. You can look at the navel, whichever is more comfortable for your neck. Breathing there. Keep that belly to back, so keeping the belly engaged. All right, we're going to inhale, lift the body up. And then go ahead and exhale to switch sides. So left foot comes into the right thigh. We're going to flex that right foot and then move our body over to the right. Inhale the hands up and then exhale, fold. So remember, wherever you can reach, go ahead and do so. I'm going to inhale. One more time. We're lifting the crown of the head up. We're pushing the chest forward, and then we're going to try to exhale from right there, folding from the hips just a little bit deeper, keeping your belly tucked as you breathe here. Ourselves up. Okay, go ahead and take those feet together. So thumbs come to the middle. So as close as they can come to your body. Remember, you can always sit on a block or a pillow here, maybe even a rolled blanket. Okay, we're going to bring the belly to our back. It's going to bring ourselves up a little bit more. Chest forward. Okay, go ahead and just take those thumbs and place them in the middle. We're going to open up those feet like a book, sending those knees a little bit further down towards the mat. And we're just going to bring the chin to our chest right here. So our shoulders are back, our chin is to our chest. We're engaging our mula bandha and our lower belly as we breathe. For 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and lift the chest forward. Okay, now we can take those elbows into the thigh if you want. We're going to fold forward. So from the chest, we're not rolling the back. The back should stay nice and straight. So the chest is forward, shoulders back as you lean forward from those hips, keeping those feet open. Inhale, come up, and then bring those knees together. You're going to lift them together. We're going to exhale as we lay all the way down to the mat. So lay all the way down. All right, let's take this right leg, and we're going to bring the right leg all the way up to the ceiling, sending the left leg flat on the mat. So go ahead and try to take your peace fingers and wrap them around your big toes. Okay? If you cannot do that and you want to just grab both hands around the ankle or the calf, do so there. Okay, so your options here. We're going to inhale and lift our shoulders up off the mat. Try to straighten that right leg. Here we're using our core to keep us lifted. So we're not using our hand to move and to hold us up. We're using our core as we lift right here. Keep this left leg down. Keep breathing. Wow, it's really pouring outside. Okay, go ahead and release the shoulders down. Try to keep a hold of that right foot with those peace fingers if you have them that way. Otherwise, go ahead and just open up to the right. So the leg is going to open to the right. If your left hip is lifting up off the mat, just push that hip down, like give it pressure on that left hip. Keep it down. Okay, go ahead and look over that left shoulder. Maybe even to the corner of the mat on the left side. inhale the right leg to center. Go ahead and bring your nose up towards your knee. And then release it down to the mat. Okay, left leg is going to come up. Remember, peace fingers around the big toe, or you can grab both hands around the calf or the ankle, whatever you have. Let's go ahead and inhale and lift up the shoulders once again. We're using our core to keep us lifted as you breathe here. Hope you remember to turn your sprinklers off. Free water today. All right, go ahead and release those shoulders down. We're going to open up the leg to the left. Try to hold on to it. We're going to keep that right hip down because it has a tendency of really wanting to lift in order to take that left leg to the mat. So we want to just try to keep that right hip down. So look over that right shoulder, maybe up to the corner of the mat. All right, let's lift this left leg all the way to center. And then take that knee to the nose, and then release it down to the mat. Legs still stretched out, yeah? Okay, let's take this right knee into the chest. We're just going to move it around, maybe from side to side. It's pretty limber right now. Go ahead and take this right knee, and we're going to take it all the way over to the left. So we're just going to guide it with that left hand, opening up that right shoulder, keeping it down on the mat, and looking over to the right. Nice deep inhales here. All right, bring that right knee into the chest, give it a little hug, and then release it down to the mat. So let's take that left knee into the chest. We'll just move it from side to side. Does feel kind of limber already. All right, let's take this left knee, and we're going to guide it over to the right side. Opening up that left shoulder, go ahead and look over that left shoulder. All right, taking that left knee into the chest, just give it a little hug, and then release it down to the mat. Okay, bending both knees. I want you to walk the feet out to the edges of your mat, maybe even to the outside of the mat. Okay, so we're going to collapse into the knees. So bring the knees together. We're going to get a little stretch right here. Do you feel that stretch? Kind of inner thigh, outer thigh. Just feel that stretch right there. Something we don't do often. Now, if this causes you any kind of discomfort, just back up, lift those knees up. All right, let's inhale those knees up. Now we're going to take both knees, they're still on the edges of our mat. And let's drop them both to the left. Okay, so we're just going to drop the knees to the left. If you want, you can take that left ankle and place it on top of that right thigh. Kind of gives it a little more pressure, pushing that right, feeling that stretch on the front of that right hip. Now if that's too much, if you feel any kind of pressure in the right knee, just take that ankle off. All right, let's take that left foot off if you have it there. Coming into center and then dropping over to the right side. So remember, this could be enough for you. You feel the stretch here anyways, you're good. If you want more, you can take that right ankle and place it on top of the left thigh. right ankle up if you'd had it there, lifting up the legs. And we're going to take both knees into the chest. So here we're just going to take the legs straight up. Okay, we're just going to take the legs straight up, which means straight up. So try to straighten those legs up, okay? Keep that lower belly engaged. We're going to breathe here. Take those hands off to the side. Just relax for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. We're going to keep going. Legs are probably shaking a little bit. That's just because we have them nice and straight. Okay, we're moving the blood circulating through the body a little bit differently right now, which is awesome for you. Let's give us one more breath. Good. Go ahead and bend those knees into the chest. Take those feet and point them up to the ceiling. Take your hands and grab the outside of those feet. And you can rock yourself from side to side here if you want. We're just into happy baby, so you can do whatever you wish right here. We're just going to try to let those knees come into those armpit a little bit more. Okay, so whatever you have available right here. All right, go ahead and take those feet together. We're going to drop them down to the mat. We're going to drop the ankles down with the feet touching and open up those hips. Okay, go ahead and take those knees and lift them up, maybe with your hands. We're going to walk the feet about hip distance apart. So the knees are going to stay pointing up to the ceiling, the feet are down. Remember, the toes are pointing towards the front of the mat. So toes are pointing towards the front. We're going to inhale as we lift those hips up, okay? You can take those hands underneath you, maybe clasping the hands underneath your hips, pushing the chest forward as you breathe here. So remember that block I said? Remember, if you have a block, you can stick it in between those thighs and try to grab onto it with your thighs, okay? Not drop that block. If you don't have a block, imagine that you do have one and kind of squeeze the inner thighs together, but don't let the knees collapse. You want to keep those legs nice and engaged. You want them working. Shoulders come out right here. We're going to drop the hips down into the mat. Inhale. And exhale, release that air. Let's inhale one more time before we lift. And as we lift, go ahead and exhale. Pushing those hips up nice and high. Walking the shoulders underneath. Remember, engaging those, the legs. Your glutes are working here as well as you breathe. Shoulders are going to come out. We're going to drop those hips down into the mat. Nice deep inhale right here. And exhale. Okay, we're going to take one more lift as we inhale right here. And then exhale, lift those hips all the way up. Walk those shoulders maybe a little bit deeper. Pushing that chest towards the ceiling. Keeping the chin looking up to the ceiling. Working on those legs. Remember, they're nice and strong right now. Those glutes are engaged right here as well. Try not to let those knees flop open or collapse inward. We want to keep those legs strong. Good. Shoulders are going to come out first as we exhale, and then bring those hips down into the mat. Go ahead and take your knees into your chest and maybe rock yourself in like Rock those knees in a little big or circle one way, and then we're going to take them to the other way, making big circles, drawing them on the ceiling with our knees, and then maybe rocking yourself from side to side. And then go ahead and rock yourself forward. So you're seated on your mat. We're going to take those legs out in front of us. Inhale the hands up as you flex those feet and fold forward. So it's just a nice gentle fold here. Just rest into this fold. No expectations on this fold. All right, go ahead and lift your body up. We're going to bend those knees, coming into our Navasana. Take those hands to the front, find your sit bones. So we want to find a little spot in front of our tailbone. You really engage that lower belly. You can release the hands, and you can stay here, or if you want to release those legs a little bit, you can for 5, 4, try not to go into that tailbone, 3, 2, and bring those knees in. We're going to push everything away from us. I'm going to take my hands to the back and give you another option. We're going to straighten those legs up. We're going to be on our tailbone, but we still want to keep those legs nice and straight. Still working the lower belly for 3, 2, and 1. Bringing those knees together. Okay, so your last one, whichever position you want to come into. Go ahead and release the hands. Stay on those sit bones now, though, and breathe. 3, 2, and go into that low boat. I want you to hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and go ahead and exhale everything down. Reach those hands above your head. I want you to inhale as you tighten everything up. And exhale, release. Relax. One more time. Let's inhale, tightening everything up. And exhale, release. And relax. Remember, those feet, drop them off to the edges of the mat maybe. Allow those feet to just fall. Release any tension you have in your legs. Maybe walk your mind through your hips and just wiggle them and let them release into that mat. Relax the shoulders. Let the hands drop to the side. Relax the muscles in your face. Release the frown lines, the eye muscles. Relax the tongue. Closing your eyes and finding your natural breath once again. Trying to just rest here. I'll watch the time for you. Just a couple minutes. Allow yourself to just relax.
As you slowly begin to bring yourself back to this moment, begin by wiggling the fingers and toes. Moving your head from side to side. Bringing your knees into your chest. And then rocking yourself. Dropping your knees to one side and using your hands as a pillow to rest there. Taking one final breath before coming up to a seat at the top of your mat. All right, everyone. Thank you for joining me. Let's take a couple breaths here. Let's inhale the hands up and exhale. Good. Inhale, lift the hands up. Taking those hands to your mind for positive thoughts, to your lips for kind words, and to your heart for a thankful heart. Thank you, everyone, once again for joining me today. I hope you have a wonderful day. Namaste. Yay! Let me know if you have any questions. Thank you for joining me. Maria, yay, Jeannie. Awesome. Thank you, Jeannie, for being the nurse that you are. I know you're out there doing your work and saving people. So thank you. Melinda, nice to see you again. Have a wonderful day, everyone.